How's it going, everybody? Um, this thing on? Yes, it is. So, um, yeah, Andrew's jumping on Avengers. If you want to see him play that, you can head over to our Twitch channel, which is linked down below. I'll also throw that in the chat right now. While you're down below, if you like what we do, please engage with those links. Please like, share, subscribe, smash, all those things. Any little bit of support is really cool to see. For the most part, we just kind of do this for us, but anybody who enjoys it is always a neat little treat. I'll get Andrew in on here soon. I just wanted to get this moving. Reminder, tonight at 8 p.m., I'm going to be playing through the second scenario of the Arkham Horror, the card game. The Midnight Masks, I think. So feel free to come by for that. Colin and I will run through that later tonight. But yeah, let's get Andrew in here. I'm just going to kind of be running around in Ghost of Tsushima. I don't have any, other than this active story tale, I don't really have anything. I'm just going to be kind of clearing out some of this unknown area. So let's get Andrew back in here, and away we'll go. What's up, Andrew?
What's up? You're back?
Yep.
That was a good long intro. Let me throw your let me throw your stream on mine while I just grabbed the daily missions and they all expire in like 29 minutes. So I'll see. Usually they're fairly easy to just kind of hammer through. But I can't keep track of what anything is, so I just kind of hope for the best.
Loud.
I got a cat sitting here smacking the mic with her tail.
That's fun. Anything here? So I was playing this last night, like some story stuff. And it's nice that all the story stuff in this is kind of short. A lot of games I think recently have kind of had long 20-minute. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm letting you talk.
You're just listening intently. That's nice.
That's usually what friends do.
No, I remember like a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff was 20, 30-minute missions. These are all just kind of, and that was on the short end. These are all kind of quick and to the point, and it's nice.
I don't like how some of these. One of my challenges is to do sprinting attacks, but you have to actually unlock the ability to do that. There's other things I want to use this skill point for, but I may as well do that so I can get my stupid daily challenge out of the way. Oh, hey, more chests.
Again, my chat doesn't seem to be going through for some reason. No sense.
Let's see if mine works.
Yours does, because Twitch seems to be easier. Just every now and then this doesn't work. Bear with me while I play through this. I've been having weird trouble with my chat recently. I just want to send out a couple test things if people don't mind seeing some weird test stuff coming through. There we go. Just didn't want to bring your link through. For anybody later, I think I do have the chat replays put on, but I'll throw that back in the chat to get people want to watch you play Avengers. Gesundheit.
Oh boy. Yeah, my chat's working.
Mine is too now.
Alright, I gotta go do the final mission. I wonder if I should do like a lighter mission to see if I can knock out my daily challenge first. I don't know what is up with my side is this. It's just like in the past, like just like right over the weekend, like I've been all stuffed up and sneezy.
Can you smell?
What The Rock is cooking? Beef stroganoff.
Is that what he's cooking?
I don't know. This is the first thing I thought of.
Sound a little congested.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
Sky. Stocks. Dogs.
Dogs are up. Cats are down.
What's up, dogs?
Oh, got it. I don't know. Let's go do this strike and see if I can knock out this first. I got about 2 hours. I would assume the final mission does not take 2 hours. But then again, I don't know. This is made from the same people that made Final Fantasy VII Remake. For the final mission took like 17 hours. I just don't care for like these busy, realistic uniforms. Like they're fine in the movies, and they're not like bad here. I just don't. The only one I like is Black Widow has like this sweater thing that has one. It covers up more than her usual costume. 2, it seems more practical than her usual costume. And 3, she's got like a zipper, and like the little like zipper thing has her. That's where her symbol is, not on her chest or anything. It's just like hanging off of this zipper. And when I noticed that, it was delightful.
You're sold. Clear out this area.
Do I have to defeat enemies with this lunging attack, or do I just have to do it? Apparently, I just have to do it. Easier said than done. You got to get like a bit of a startup to get that running attack. What?
finding so many flowers.
Oh, that was goofy. How am I doing on this progress? 13%. I've killed 2 of these, so I actually do have to land the killing blow. Well, that's frustrating. That's gonna take forever. Oh, hey, I leveled up. So many of these challenges involve not just doing a special type of attack or anything, but like actually landing a killing blow with it. And that is where it gets aggravating.
I hate that stuff.
Especially because of how much is like going on. Like that guy couldn't get the kill in because he had Hulk and Black Widow both on his ass, smashing him into the ground. At 33% of this, but I've only done 5 out of the 15 killing blows. I've just kind of like whittle them down and then hope that nobody kills them before I can.
Especially in like a game with a bunch of AI opponents or teammates like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like fighting with them, and you can't like tell them, "Don't touch him, he's mine."
Yeah. And I just don't know, like, what's the point of making it the killing blow? Just make it land a hit on like 15 different enemies. That way I can't just spam the same enemy by running and smashing into them, but all I got to do is worry about making sure that, you know, every time I fight someone, I just run into them and do the sprint attack first. Where are the enemies? Oh, mission failed. Cool. You know, what the... Ugh. I was not paying attention to that mission, though. I was too busy focusing on my challenges. Wait, what? Where are we going? Don't.
So we watched the 3rd episode of Lovecraft Country today.
Yeah, I still have not.
It was better.
It looked better. What the brief preview looked like it was going back in the direction I was
It
Kinda
doesn't
hoping for
fully. I still have some problems with, I think, just how the show is.
In what way? I guess what spoiler-free way?
It's not going to be. I think there's always going to be like a monster horror thing. Like there's always going to be like a thing in the first episode where it's just like, and now the monsters attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't care for.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I don't. Like I said, the first episode was relatively small until it suddenly wasn't. But I was okay with it because even like what it ultimately does do isn't that big of a deal. But then the second episode goes like whole hog into like full on.
It felt
like,
more like the
everything.
first episode than it did the second.
But I was hoping more for like an adventure show. Like a supernatural horror adventure show. I guess kind of akin to Supernatural. Not that that's really what I want. But I do like this challenge. I almost done. 60%. But yeah, I'm not really sold on it. But I'm not against it either. It just kind of like isn't quite what I wanted, but I'm still debating whether it's going to become Black Widow. No! Damn it. Why would you do that? Stop helping me. This stupid shielded enemy, I got it down to like one hit, and I was like, all right, time to charge at it. And Black Widow came in and was like, don't worry, Cap, I got this. Two of these things are already dead. Can I just quit this mission? This is not going to help me. God damn it. It is so hard to do this running attack when you're like right next to an enemy.
But yeah, to finish up my Lovecraft Country thought, it's not bad. It's not entirely what I want, which, I mean, is fair. But, I mean, I don't see any reason to quit watching it so far.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. Because now my time is all kind of janky.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of watching it when I got home last night, and then I was just like, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I read a little more of Astra in Space. And
How far are you in that?
I think like somewhere between 15 and 20 chapters.
I just got to 30, and then we just started the anime.
I was looking to see if there was an anime, and I didn't. I just checked Crunchyroll because
It's on Hulu. It's only 12 episodes. Which I can see, but it seems short.
Yeah, but I mean, so far I'm like, what? There's like 50 something chapters. I'm on somewhere between 15 and 20, and they've been to 2 planets. Like if each like adventure is an episode, I could see it fitting in roughly 12.
Right.
$73%, so close. I probably should start looking at stats and stuff, but I just don't. Like I always say, I don't care for that. I don't care for like the micromanaging and the like wearing this that does this. I just want the big numbers, and then once I don't know if this is ever going to reach that Destiny point where it's just like you just equip the highest number until you kind of max out, and then from there you just figure out your stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm playing it, where I'm just like I go for the highest number and then, oh wait, I guess I'm doing the campaign mission.
I thought you finished.
No, I did a random mission. I have just the final mission left. I don't like that when you finish a mission, you just kind of stand around in the Quinjet. And you have to either, like... Right now, there's an option to continue the campaign. I assume that goes away. But you have to, like, tell it to stay in the Quinjet. I'd rather just go to a hub, especially since there's stuff to do. Not a ton. But, like, there's 2 hubs, and both, like, each hub has a place where you pick up like your challenges for the day. Captain America, I think, is the most frustrating character to use in the game. Like, base mechanics, he's interesting. Like, he can wall run, and he's got, like, a double jump and stuff. And the very first level where you use him after, like, the intro level, you get to kind of have a little bit of fun with that, although that level gets a little frustrating because it's really janky at points. But just, like, general traversal, he doesn't move as well as everyone, and I was just like trying to explore. It's frustrating because you can't get to certain areas as easily with him, and and then I said before, like, he's the only character that can't hack terminals or break down walls for arbitrary reasons. But if you're playing solo, that just means there's, like, certain areas you can't access. And yeah, they're usually just areas with, like, a low-level piece of gear or whatever, but I don't know, the whole point of the game is to collect gear and, you know, if you're not getting stronger gear, at least breaking down that gear for components. And it's frustrating to just see obstacles you can't get past because the AI won't do anything. Where are you shooting at? I like these city areas more than, like, the outdoor ones, though.
As long as they're not the training room. Boring training room.
Oh, don't! Damn it! Hulk, you son of a bitch. Where am I at on this stupid challenge? I gotta be close. And the like auto targeting is one more. I just need one more. The auto targeting is frustrating. It constantly targets the wrong enemies. You could be like standing right next to someone and they'll like lunge towards an enemy like 3 feet away. It also doesn't help that I didn't really think about it, but I have Iron Man in like this spacesuit armor. That he gets in the game, and it's just like what he's currently equipped with. And oh, come on. And out loud. He looks just like the robots, and I never know if I'm looking at Iron Man or something I'm supposed to be punching. Oh, come on. Thor, no! There we go. Finally, completed it. I don't have to worry about doing that. Alright, let's go do whatever this is that I'm supposed to be doing over here. The areas are kind of like large and designed to sort of like be explored, but there's not like a ton to see. It's just like you run across an area and then suddenly it's like, hey, there's a chest here. I don't think I have a power attack that can hit everything. I gotta buy the other power attack. So where do you stand on the... We kind of talked about it, but the whole advertising thing. You don't mind it?
So Kirsten and I talked about this a bunch. Now, I can only say what I am fine with in an NHL game. I don't know of what it's like in a UFC game. I don't know what the reviewers had and things like that. I think it is undoubtedly like real shitty to release a game for reviewing and then to later add in ads. That feels really shady. As someone who plays sports games and watches sports, there is... Well, okay, I understand a lot of aspects here. I understand give an inch, take a mile. I understand ads are part of the sports landscape. I understand that there are some aspects of, like, where does immersion end and where does greedy business practice begin when it comes to ads in sports video games. So my opinion is I play sports video games for simulation and immersion. I do like to see the thing I recognize when I watch hockey. They used to have a deal with NBC where they had like little NBC B-roll and they had like the NBC like logo package and stuff like that. And I liked it because, again, that's what I saw. Like, and I don't remember if people thought that was too much. Oh my gosh, get out of the middle of this.
My camera got all jacked up in the last, like, I died and it's like locked into a specific camera mode where it's like staring at Cap's butt. And I don't know how to make it not do this anymore. It like evens out when I run, but then like the second I stop moving, it just like zooms in on his butt again.
You think when I stopped talking about ads, it was because I wanted to hear you talk about Cap's butt and I wasn't paying attention during a sword fight?
You know what? I figured like this was important information you needed to know. I didn't want you to be left out on like, you know, whether I was or was not looking at the Cap's glutes.
So, and the little bit I understand is that, like, during a fight in UFC, when you are not fighting, but just kind of like in between rounds or a standoff or something like that, it would show the little stinger. Now, I don't know how it plays, like, when you're playing it, or how intrusive it really is. It doesn't, comparing it to what I know from the NHL games, it doesn't seem that intrusive. It seems like a little break and play. There's a little ad stinger. Like I said, I assume if it didn't have the boys, then it would be like an EA logo. For the NHL, you know, if I'm fine with like a little stinger or whatever during a loading, you know, a small loading screen like that, in between periods. I'm even a chump who, if they did it like rarely during break and plays, I would be fine with that. I also understand that I like a sport that no one else does, and the budget for my sport games I like is absolutely tiny. And if they can get some more money to work with, then, oh, damn it. And I'm fine with that. Like,
I can get that. I can get, like, sports games, like, budgets for sports games are, like, even just the simple fact that, like, you're using licensed teams.
Yeah, you have to pay
players. There's money involved, and I get that. There's also just, like, EA has, like,
it's not like, yeah, it's not like they're the good the good developer who does everything right, and then this is their one south decision.
But I guess as someone with no dog in the fight, it's
probably really weird.
Sorry. It's a strange thing. Like, do I care? It's not affecting me. Do I care? Yes, just because like I'm also playing this Avengers game, which is a property I care at least somewhat about. Not as much as most people, but I like Marvel. I like Marvel games. I want to play as superheroes. I like loot and stuff, but I don't like games that live in perpetuity. And while this one is so far like the least egregious of any I've played, it's still there, and it's still like I might like in a month be pissed that it's like, all right, we're giving you all these characters, but you can't do any challenges with them unless you give me $10 per character or something like that. And it's like, is that reasonable? Maybe, but in the end, I don't know. It's a $60 game. Don't make me pay more for it. And on the opposite end, that's not necessarily your thing, but it's also just like, I don't know. It's a $60 game, and there's already, I know microtransactions are involved in a lot of those.
Now, where do you stand on the argument that games technically no longer cost $60 to make, and this is the difference between spending $70 on a new game?
I'd rather spend $70 on a complete game than $60 on a game that wants me to continue paying for it.
I agree.
Even though I can opt out of paying for more, I'm going to notice the gameplay or features that I am missing.
But I know a lot of people want their cake
and
to eat it too.
Those.
Like
the game is designed to make sure that I notice that there is something I'm not doing if I don't give them money. Whether I care in the end or not, it is obnoxious.
I do think there is a I do think we're in the minority. I subscribe to the idea that games cost more than $60 now. With inflation and all that, I do subscribe to like.
Then games can cost $70.
And I think we are honestly in the minority. I think a lot of people think how entitled people are. And I think people will be dragged kicking and screaming. Like, it's going to be $70 eventually. I read an article, or I didn't read an article. I saw a headline of an article about how CD Projekt Red, I guess with like the new consoles and stuff, Sony was talking about a $70 price tag, and CD Projekt Red was like, no. And I think there's something to be said about the first developer who's like, my game costs $70, is going to get crazy backlash.
Well, and I guess it's also weird in a way that, like, do I want to pay $70 for a game? No, but I would rather pay $70 for a complete game. My thing is, if it's eventually we're going to get dragged kicking and screaming into $70, and this is the way to hold that off, all that's doing is meaning that when we do go to $70 games, it's going to be $70 games with microtransactions, because there's that is a feature that
because microtransactions are just part of gaming now.
Yeah, so it's not holding off the $70 full game. It's holding off $70 games with everything that a $60 game has now. Like, I'd rather just, like, microtransactions are a thing. They are going to be a thing. It is so easy to put them into a game now, and I'm fine with it in theory. Like, I'm fine with being able to buy a couple extra.
I mean, as everyone says,
aspect, but I'm fine with, like, you know, in
the hard thing
it's all cosmetics.
The hard thing is that people hate everything until they like it. Like, in theory, I'm fine with DLC. I'm fine with being able to expand my game experience. But it has to be on my terms, and it has to be in a way I like. Same thing,
mean-
like you said, like, oh, you don't want to have to deal with buying, like, character, or, you know, whatever you said with, in terms of Avengers, but you have all the DLC for Taiko no Tetsujin, you picked up the Blaze Blue characters, and there's stuff like that. There's also, you know, we don't want advertising in our sports games where there's advertising, but it's funny when Kojima does it and, like, Norman Reedus is drinking Monster in Death Stranding. So
I guess part of it, and it's again, it's a weird like sliding scale. Part of the specific Death Stranding thing is like, it's wild on its own. Like Death Stranding is just such like a strange, like it almost feels like a farce. Like it is obviously like, god damn it.
But like when you get to the,
it
like,
is obvious
we can't advertise The Boys in a sports game that
What's up, Gazzo?
where sports is or ads are intrinsically part of sports. But let's all laugh and spread around the ad for Norman Reedus' TV show in a Norman Reedus game.
Also, like, and this is just a specific to me sort of thing. I am also always one who subscribes to, if it's weird and or like knowingly stupid, I'll let almost anything slide. Like we've talked before about,
and so that's what the developers, like for you, that's what the developers are looking for. Like what is the advertising and the DLC that we can get away with that's weird? Like we can put weird product placement in the Avengers if we just make like a thing where the Hulk's like, no, this is a monster, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Or maybe they would all turn on Square Enix and be like, why is there product placement in my $60 game I spent full price on?
I mean, it also depends on the type of game.
Well, that's what I mean,
Is
like,
just weird enough that like anything flies. But I'm also like, I mean, I'm also someone that like, I don't really like cheesecake and fan service, but I love Food Wars because all the cheesecake and fan service, while definitely being fan service, is so strange and bizarre and out of control that it like becomes absolutely hilarious to me.
people hate things until they like them. And, you know, you can argue that, you know, do we have DLC? Is DLC in gaming just, or microtransactions in gaming, because, like, just a part of gaming now because of Skyrim and their $15 horse
I need to
armor?
be using my shield more as Captain America. I'm just like running in full force, and it is not going well for me. I'm listening to you, though.
No, I was in a fight. Like, are microtransactions just a part of gaming now because of horse armor? Because of $15 horse armor? Or is it because of, you know, countless other instances of it being fine? Like, are people fine? Like, I don't think it's as black and white where, like, oh, our ads in video, like, it's not about, I paid $60 for a video game, there shouldn't be ads in it. It's, I paid $60 for a video game, and I don't want to see this ad. Or I don't want an ad here. It's, I paid $60 for a full game, I don't want to pay for horse armor. Oh, but yeah, I'll pay for more characters. And there's not a sweeping generalization of what is acceptable.
True, but also the example you just gave of horse armor versus new characters. New characters implies at least new gameplay. Horse armor implies
aesthetics.
Horse
I don't disagree,
armor.
but I'm just saying, like, I think we can agree that that's where DLC came from. I mean, that was like the first DLC.
First one, that was just the first one that I saw like intense debate over.
And I mean, and that goes again with, like, okay, like, I don't know how much, like, the season passes or whatever on any of these sports games anymore, but, or not sports, but fighting games. But, like, when is it... When can you stop arguing about the full price of a game? Like, oh, I bought Dragon Ball FighterZ. Is this full price?
Well, that's my complaint. I bought Dragon Ball FighterZ.
But okay, so Blaze Blue. I bought Blaze Blue Cross Team or Cross Tag Battle. What is full price for a full game for Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle? Is it the initial price? Is it with the DLC characters? Is it the entire?
The DLC is added content. There's a lot of added, like, there's a lot in that base game alone. And I just like that base game enough to just pay a little more pay more than I paid for the base game. Because I bought the
But there's a lot of people out there that probably do look at it as, why do I have to pay for more characters? This is
absolutely, but what is the point of I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but you've turned this argument into, well, it's different for everyone, which is 100% true for almost every argument. When it comes down to it, like, I don't have a dog in the fight of putting ads in a sports game. I think as far as your point of immersion goes, I think it's probably a little more realistic to put it in there. As far as intrusive, I don't know because I'm not playing the game, but I did see a something from one of the NBA games that everyone was complaining about where, like, they'll take like a mini ad break where the announcers will talk about how great Gatorade is, that I think would be obnoxious if I was playing the game, but just watching it on its own, I was like, this is almost so ridiculous. It's almost a farce, except that I know that it's not. But it goes into that Norman Reedus drinking a 7 cans of Monster Energy drink from Death Stranding, and it's a weird line where, like, I can't really say because I don't have much of a fight in it.
You don't watch sports. You don't play sports games. Like
my main argument just comes down to like I said. It's the thing that we keep going down to, which isn't the best argument, but it's just like, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You tell them that this is fine, then they'll try the next thing up. You tell them that this is at least encroaching upon not okay, maybe they'll be a little more cautious with the next one. But if everyone is just like, whatever, it's a sports game, this is fine. The next game is going to come out, and as soon as you boot it up, you're going to have to sit there and watch a 30-second ad for Mountain Dew. And that's slightly ridiculous, but that's also like, I mean, that's not unlikely. That you just boot up the game and just, you know how you have to watch all the developer logos as they flash across the screen.
And it's weird. It's weird to know, like, I don't disagree that a lot of this, like, how much of this is delaying the inevitable?
By the way, in the chat, Gazzo agrees with you about product placement being immersive, or at least adding to the realism.
In sports games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
which I think is not untrue. I just personally, I don't mind it, and I'm not playing a game where I have to really make a decision. I just know that, like, I'd rather say, you know what, this is encroaching upon a problem than just being like, whatever, it's a sports game. Because the next thing it's going to be like, well, sports games have ad breaks. Where,
well, that's what everybody's
the
saying.
Game just stops. You got to watch commercials because you're watching it on TV. So why don't they just put commercials in? And you know, you can pay for the season pass to not have to deal with the ads.
And I guess
that is absolutely something EA would try if people don't raise a stink.
My cutoff.
That's not even like that's not even me being facetious. That is 100% something they would try.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, how much of this is like, okay, you have this stand here where it's like, we don't want this little stinger, and like, oh, give an inch, take a mile. But how much of this is delaying the inevitable? Like,
all of it.
Right. And that's not to say then, oh, well, then let's just give it to him now. Like, I understand that. But with... I mean, I know you... It doesn't help the argument to say, well, everybody has their own hill to die on. Sorry, I got in a fight. And it's just like, if all of this is delaying the inevitable, then me being like, okay, my cutoff is as long as the game progresses at the same pace, I am fine with ads. Like,
I think that is a viable argument.
Like,
But
yes,
I
I'm
still
fine
think,
with
like,
ads. I'm fine with ads as a stinger at the end of a period in my hockey game. I'm fine with ads as a, like, so in hockey they have these dumb, like, picture-in-picture ads during break and play. And I hate those in real life. But I understand that is what it does, and I would rather, when I play a sports game, I play it as a simulation, and I play it as a thing that's like, oh, this is a thing I know. And with that said, as, like, I certainly would not like it to, like, after a period, it then be like, well, real games, if you want immersion, real games have 16 minutes of ads here. Of course I don't want that. Like, there's an obvious break, and you can argue that, well, of course EA would do that because they're scumbag evil.
It's not even like scumbag evil. It's just
but
like,
they have a history.
Of course they do it because, well, and because, you know, they're not going to stop. If something flies and it's okay, they're not going to look at it as well, that's enough. They're going to look at it as like, what can we try next? Like, if this is, where is that cutoff? Because they're going to want to continue making games, because even in their own defense, like, sports games are not cheap to make. There's a lot of licensing involved.
Right.
And I don't hold that against them. I don't really subscribe to just like the EA evil argument, partly because I don't really care, but also just because, like, companies are companies, and as much as it is a bit of a cop out to just be like, companies want to make money, like,
they want to make money.
The truth of the world. They're not making art. They're making money.
Yeah.
For themselves. It's just the game is a middleman for that. And I guess I'm just at the point, it's like, you need to voice concerns when they come up. Does that mean I riot in the streets? No, because it's also not a game I care about that I'm going to buy. But I think there is definitely value in saying, like, this is not something that I accept. I'm not going to say, like, boycott the game or riot in the streets. I'm just going to say, like, make your voice known. Say, like, this is not something I subscribe to. I will no longer be buying, I will no longer be buying EA games as long as, like, there are transactions involved. That's not something that I want to deal with in a sports game.
Well, and so this is maybe
I'm not doing well.
That's because we're, like, actually having a conversation, not playing games. I'm, like, on the cut. I don't know. I have 3 viewers. I don't know who they are. It's probably Brad, you, and Kirsten. But I'm playing for the integrity of the streaming, and all I want to do is, like, pause and be able to be like, wait, no, this is my comment.
That's what I keep thinking, and then I'm like, I'm just punching robots, and then I died because I was not looking at my health at all.
Yeah. So, shoot, what was I gonna say?
Oh, come on.
Shoot, I was gonna say, I was going to say, like, a real thing. What were we just talking about?
EA?
Oh, so my pessimistic problem arises from playing sports games. Now, I don't even play 2 sports games. I have enjoyed 2 sports games. I like hockey. That is the only sport I watch. And so I like the NHL games. And I like the MLB games because it does what I want the NHL games to do. So, translated to you, who does not care about sports or sports games, what that means is I played NHL for a long time, and I play those games for, like, I like their Bria Pro RPG stuff, where it's like, hey, I'm the pro hockey man.
Come on.
And for a long time, I was fine with what they were doing, and then I hit a point where I said, you know what? This isn't doing what I want it to do. I'm going to stop buying it. And I did. And instead, I said, MLB The Show has a robust Via Pro mode. I'll do that. And so that's what I did for like 2 years or something, or inadvertently. Now, this year, one of the big spots with NHL is hey, we are like working on Be a Pro stuff. And so I'm interested. You know, I don't... Do I think it's going to fix literally every problem I had with it? No, because there was a lot of it in like the actual gameplay and stuff like that. But might it do what I want it to do? Maybe. And so I'm keeping my eye out. I will probably end up picking it up. Now, saying like, okay, like, let's make a, you know, instead of just letting them have it, let's make a stink and yada, yada, yada. I'm not rioting in the streets. I'm not, you know, I'm not up in arms too much, but I'm going to make a comment here and there. The problem is people, as someone who is not a part of a sports game community, but has seen it.
I've seen a sport.
No, but I mean like,
Oh,
looked at forums for like NHL, like the EA NHL games and stuff. There is the amount of people who are just like, EA needs to fix their shit game. It's so broken. It's the worst game ever. I hate it. Yada, yada, yada. And then everyone says, you're just going to buy it next year. And they're like, no, I won't. And then they do. Because it's the only hockey game on the market. And that's what they say. They say, well, this is the only hockey game on the market. And it's like, you either get to complain or you... Well, that's not fair. You can complain. But you can't feel like you're making a stand. Like, buy the game you want. And if that means you're, like, if you want a hockey game, and you just want...
What does damage to this stupid ship? I'm listening to you.
I know. I was just letting you talk.
I'm in, like, this weird boss fight, and I don't know how to damage this ship. I just know that sometimes I do.
But, like, what do you want to spend money on? Do you want to spend money on a Be a Pro game? Then do what I did and don't spend money on NHL because the Be a Pro game sucked. And I bought MLB. And I had fun with a Be a Pro mode. Or do you want a hockey game that just lets you do hockey things? You can't say, I want a hockey game that just does hockey game thing. And you can argue that, hey, I want a better hockey game. And I mean, I don't know. I'm also in the camp of, I understand that I am a fan of literally, like, the least marketable sport. And, like, everybody complains about, why does FIFA get all this cool stuff and we don't get that in NHL? And it's like, well, you realize FIFA is, like, a worldwide phenomenon, and they probably sell, like, millions more copies than NHL does. So, of course, the budget for FIFA is way higher than the budget for NHL. And I think people are either unwilling or unable to agree with that, or to see that. And I think there's...
Still shielded? What's shielding this thing?
Like...
Oh my god, I hate this boss fight.
So, Madden came out in a... I haven't looked too much into this, but apparently everyone hates Madden now. And everyone's, like, arguing for the NFL to break contract with EA because they have exclusive rights. And everyone's like, EA doesn't make a good game.
Damn it, there's a good item on the ground.
NFL needs to cut ties so that somebody else can make a good game. And people have been saying that for the NHL games forever. Of EA's just not making a good game. Like, why do they have we need to... I can't wait till the license expires and somebody else can make an NHL game. And the truth is, people can. EA does not hold exclusive rights to the NHL. It's just that an NHL game isn't marketable enough. Not enough people will buy an NHL game. So another studio won't pick it up. And if they do, then they have to steal from EA, which is going to be hard. Because while people don't like it, EA also has years and years of code that they've built up, rather than starting from scratch. So, I don't know. I don't know if I've made a point. I don't know if I'm just kind of talking, but I'm also playing this.
I don't know. I just know that that
Ads
you don't
are
like
bad in
my-
a game.
You don't like my answer.
Well, your answer's not bad. I mean, it's not that I don't like your answer. I think. I mean, of course, it's more nuanced, and you know that.
And it's not like I can really put my money where my mouth is specifically, just because I'm already not playing.
Like, I don't know what the comparison for you is.
I mean,
Like,
you have the unique. So,
and well, sports are unique. Sports
Well, and
have
I
the
was gonna say-
unique.
sports have you have the unique stance with sports, that there's that argument of like, well, it's more immersive in a sports game because sports do have ads everywhere. Not just because they're on TV, but just because, like, you know, there's ads on jerseys, ads on
Like, there's
stadium.
not a specific ad in, like, who knows what a specific ad is. But I mean, people for years wanted, like, real arenas. They didn't want Chicago Arena. They wanted United Bank. Like, I understand that is not a
Costumes are weird.
little ad. What?
I'm listening. Everyone unveiled new costumes and
Oh.
they're weird looking.
But it's like, people wanted, like, brand names on stadiums are still ads. And people wanted that. And I understand it's different. But it's also, like, as long as it's not getting in the way of the normal pace the game progresses. I don't know. I mean, I guess, like we've already established, and we're just kind of going in circles now, like, that's my hill I die on. And other people obviously have other ones.
Well, apparently you don't die on it because you keep fighting.
I'm not fighting you. I'm just...
I'm giving you a hard time. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a unique. I don't know if Avengers.
Like, what would
advertise
Avengers
Disney-
do? Like, there's no
That's what I'm trying
reason
to
for
say,
ads.
but you're interrupting me. Ah! No, I'm just. I don't know. Like, if Avengers advertised, I don't know, Disney Plus, maybe I'd be like, well, that's.
But that doesn't even make sense. Like, there's no,
But,
like,
like,
in-universe advertising in
Well,
it.
exactly, and that's the thing. Is like you have the convenient argument. Like I was saying before, you have
Sports
the
are unique.
convenient argument of like there's in-universe advertising that makes it debatably immersive. Avengers does not, but like I don't know. Like I don't know if there'd be something like if this had an advertisement just in-game for Disney Plus. I don't think I'd care as long as it didn't stop me from playing. If like the menus was just like, you know, sign up
So-
now for Disney Plus and watch all the Avengers movies, I'd be like, okay, like whatever.
So where's
as long
the
as, as long as
cutoff?
it's not stopping the game. I guess for me, it's like, is it in the game? Is it flashing on my screen when I'm trying to play, or is it stopping the game when I'm trying to play to give me this information? If not, I don't really care because I've played several games that have ads in the menus, and I
So,
don't give a shit. It
maybe
doesn't
this
matter to me
is-
because it's not affecting anything. Is it annoying? I guess. Like it's there and it's slightly distracting, but as long as it's not taking me out of the gameplay or like drawing the experience out, like if the advertisement is popping up to say like, you know, subscribe for Disney Plus and get 200 fun
In-game
bucks or
currencies.
whatever, then I'd be like, well, then I'm not playing the game anymore. Like I'm playing your ad.
Because that was a
that's-
thing in NHL at one point. The
Yeah,
EA,
that kind of stuff I do not stand for.
like, there was a time where in the menus you could watch a Honda ad to get in-game currency.
Yeah,
To get in-game currency. And even that's something where it's like, it's also totally, like, is it annoying to see, like, that opportunity? Yeah, but that's also totally opt-in, opt-out.
I mean, it is opt-in and opt-out, but the gameplay is designed to make you
Want to, yeah.
have to deal with that, and that's where my problem is. God damn it.
The game is built on saying, okay, well, if they can watch ads to get in-game currency, then we'll make in-game currency. Hey, now Gaza's with me.
Good, because I've been doing a poor job of keeping up with his conversation while fighting and while talking to you.
No, he was just saying that like Nike on a uniform or kit is an ad, and I agree. But I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't. I mean, a lot of people like I would assume that people who play FIFA want to see UNESCO on West Ham? Manchester? I don't watch football, so I'm probably way wrong. But, I mean, soccer kits are filled with ads. But people want those. And that's appropriate, and that's fine. But there's also some... I mean, I guess it depends on what... EA seems to be going for simulation.
Well, I'd argue against that. EA is utilizing simulation to their benefit. They're not going for... They're not putting ads in because it's simulation. They're putting ads in because it's ad revenue.
No, this is something you're not versed in.
What?
EA, like, okay. Do you remember, like, okay, Tony Hawk Pro Skater? That's not going for simulation. That's not going for, I'm watching the X Games. That's going for, I'm grinding a pirate ship mast.
Yeah.
NHL or NFL Blitz is not going for simulation. Madden is going for simulation. Like, when I play EA NHL, I pretend I'm watching it on TV. Now, like, they have a presentation, like a TV broadcast camera. And with NHL, it's impossible to use. So I don't use it. Like with MLB, I would use the broadcast camera. Because I like to say, oh, this is like what it would be like if I'm watching it on TV.
I got very disoriented because the game, I was in a cutscene and the words spoken did not match the closed captions, did not match what you were saying, and I was having trouble following any of it. It was weird. Like, they weren't even close. But anyway, you were saying?
So, like, what are you doing? Oh. Am I supposed to kill you? Anyways,
we're just having a friendly argument.
No, there's like these Mongolian eagles that do something. I don't know. I never pay attention to them, but this one just like landed next to me, and I was like, "Am I supposed to kill you? Do I do something with you?" Like if the NHL games were more like, hey, like NHL hits, where it was like the Blitz version, where it was like huge hits and yada yada yada, bone crushing, all that stuff, then I would have more of a problem with ads. Because that's not what they're doing. Like, I understand, if they were just like, this is like beer league hockey, and it's just balls to the wall crazy town, don't give me ads. But if it's, hey, we got the NBC broadcast package, we're gonna make it look like we have the NBC score overlay, like this is gonna be just like, we got the B-roll, this is just like you're watching on TV. And I'm fine with a couple ads here or there that don't hinder the general flow of the game.
Okay, but that still stands to what I was saying before you called me a nerd that doesn't know sports. Like, that's fine. I hear what you're saying, but in the end, they're not doing any of that because
of the simulate, because
of this. They're not. Yeah, the ads aren't in because of simulation. The ads are in because it's ad revenue.
Well, and that's what
simulation. They're using the argument of a simulation, whether they're actually making that argument or not. The simulation is an argument towards that ad revenue.
And I guess it goes to kind of what Gazzo is saying here, which I agree with. Is an ad imposing the general game flow, and is it going into the product, or is it going into the pocket? So, if So just because this is where it all came from, if UFC is getting extra money from Amazon to advertise The Boys, and because of that, they, I don't know, have more money to make a better engine, to better utilize animations, that's good. If it's just more profit, then yeah, that sucks. And unfortunately, that's just impossible to know.
I mean, it's impossible to confirm, but I think we can all agree that it is most likely just more profit.
Yeah.
Because while these games are expensive to make, like, they're not going to put forth that into redesigning the game, especially since, like, this is all coming late. Like, that ad for The Boys is not going to be there in a year. There's going to be a different ad. Well, I guess they took the ads out, but...
Well, and usually it's... Oops. Usually it is... Like, usually they're updated.
Yeah. But that's not going to go into the game, most likely, because the game's already made at that point.
No, usually the ads are updated, like... It doesn't take much to up... Unless we're talking about different things.
No, I'm saying that ad revenue is not going to go into developing the game because the game is already made and out.
Right.
So it's not going to be like we're going to improve animations with it. No, it's
continuous. It's continuous development.
Sure, but like in the end, like that ad revenue isn't going towards that. Maybe a little bit, but.
But I'm saying like when NHL is released next month.
Why is it teaching me about shield blocks now?
Half the team is going to be doing in NHL's like in NHL's way. Half the team will go into poor roster updates, and half will go into NHL 21. Especially with a new console and stuff like that, there's going to be more development time and there's going to be more development cost. But I mean, it's a weird argument, and I understand a lot of the points, and I understand like. I don't know. What I do know is that I could go for a smooth, crisp, cold Bundaberg. Bundaberg, the only ginger beer that quenches the thirst. Drink Bundaberg.
Quenches the thirst and clenches my butthole.
Hey. Does ginger beer constipate you? I don't understand your thing.
I don't know. The way you said quenches sound like clenches, and then I didn't want to.
Quenches your thirst, quenches your butt.
I didn't want to be a part of your ad because I don't play that way.
You don't take the. See, I put it back into the stream, and by that I mean I buy 7th Citadel. So I can stream it once.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Gazza's Is Gazza still watching you? Because
I believe he's in both.
I assume he's a guy. I keep saying he, but I don't actually know. But they agree with me a lot.
That's fine.
You should see all these thumbs up emojis he's given me.
Your argument before was that they were valid points. So now that you've got someone on your side, you're just swinging it to winning. So
I think it also helps that they are probably more immersed in sports gaming. But like, if like in between big story moments and Ghost of Tsushima, I had to watch like an ad for some swordsmith. Yeah, screw that.
And if anything, I want my superhero games to be less immersive.
You want every game to be less immersive.
I want more. I guess immersive isn't really less
More
realistic.
gaming.
I want more like.
You're playing
like-
a game. Let you play a game.
I just want more like ridiculous comic booky stuff. I don't need the like realistic battle armor, because we know where I stand on that.
So here's what I was gonna say about Marvel, and the Avengers. So
It is so hard to follow what's going on.
that's because we're not talking about it. So okay,
Well, even when we are,
because it's a comic book. So in Marvel's The Avengers,
I want to turn pages.
comics are real.
Yes, I don't get that.
So I mean, there's obviously questions about it, but I mean, you probably hate it, but I have a. It might be guilty pleasure, but I kind of like the whole thing about like, oh, the comic books we read are like the fantasy stories of them. But
It's fine.
None of it makes sense because it's like, would you really read like when MODOK destroyed like a bunch of crap? Would you read that comic about like would you read a comic about 9/11?
Well, they made those, so
Yeah, and I read it, so I would read a comic about MODOK destroying my hometown.
I guess I don't know.
But
For me, with this game specifically, I don't mind the comics. They almost,
It's
if it weren't for
also-
the fact that they were called out as like a story point in the very first level,
I jumped to that.
I honestly would just be like, oh, you collect comics in the game the same way you would collect like files, where it's just like, it's non-diegetic. It doesn't exist in the game world. It's just like, it's the same as like picking up gear. Captain America is not running around picking up different helmets and switching them in the middle of battle.
Well,
like,
and the other
It's a gameplay element, but the fact that it's like acknowledged in universe as something that you're picking up, and that there's like comics from like the 50s that you're picking up, it's like, how long have these Avengers been around? Or did comics have the Avengers only been around for a decade, and in that decade comics suddenly existed and then went through all of the transition that our comics made over the course of like 50 years?
I think that's what it genuinely is. And the other thing too is that like, I don't even know if that's an apt analogy with what if they had advertisements for like,
Oh, it's
subscribe to Marvel Digital, in Marvel, because that's at least what it is. Like,
Well,
it's
and none of these-
advertising Marvel superheroes.
And none of these comics are saying like, go to marvel.com and pick
But
up
that's what I'm
your-
saying. Like, if they did, even if they did, I think that's an inherently different thing than sports games advertising, like, Monster Energy or The
I get
Boys.
3 skill points.
But so Gazzo brought up an interesting thing here where, so they're saying in a game like Ghost Recon, there is, well, maybe this isn't true. It sounds like it's true in Matt here, but he's saying that in a game like Ghost Recon, advertising with real gun brands and models, which I guess I don't. So that's weird. I don't have stock in that. So while I have stock in sports and comics, and I want my sports teams to have like their, I guess they're not really ads. They don't have advertisement on their jerseys yet. Like, I like being able to put on Bauer skates, like the Bauer skates I own, for my Be a Pro. And that's certainly advertising. But I guess I don't view, I guess I don't view that as advertising either. But I don't view real gun models in like Ghost Recon or Call of Duty or something as advertising. But I would assume to some level it is. Does, like, Red Dead Redemption, did they have to license through Smith & Wesson?
Maybe. I don't
Because
know.
didn't they have real gun brands?
I honestly don't remember, since I didn't play a whole lot.
And that's
of...
the only thing I know. And I don't know. I know of like the AK-47, and I know
And
that.
And I will say, Red Dead is a specific example of immersion being a problem for me.
Right.
Which I can't hear you if you're talking because I accidentally pulled my mic out, or my headset out. But Red Dead is a I think an example of immersion being a problem for me specifically, at least. It doesn't seem to be a big problem for a lot of people.
But even for like Call of Duty or something, you know, are people using like the AK-47 and being like, man, I should get an AK-47. This is a nice gun.
Probably.
And I mean, that's probably a thing. But it's weird. I never would have even considered that as being. I mean, if we're covering the whole gamut, like, that's advertising. Yeah, I know that's the big. So he's talking about more stuff you probably won't even know. So FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer are the two different soccer games you can buy. Oops, I thought you were a flower.
No, follower.
No, I saw like a little flash here, and it was it was an enemy. Wait, who am I fighting?
God, it is so hard to hit 3 things with my power attack.
But so like, I know a lot of people do buy FIFA because Pro Evolution Soccer doesn't have all of the leagues or teams. And I mean, I would not buy a better hockey game if it didn't have the Penguins in it. Because again, I buy NHL for simulation. Mm-hmm. I mean, even I don't care about baseball, but I bought the show because I wanted a good Be a Pro mode, and I don't care about baseball. But even still, I would opt to buy the show over a baseball game without MLB licensing, because there's something to me about that simulation approach. Even as someone who does not care about baseball, I know these teams exist. I know these players exist. It enhances my experience having that knowledge.
Because you feel superior.
Yeah. You have no idea what I'm talking about, and I hold that over you.
Why am I not targeting the enemy that was literally right next to me? Targeting in this game is kind of garbage. Oh, come on! Fucking kidding me. This battle, this is just like Final Fantasy all over again, where I need to finish this before I leave.
I'm doing.
I got like maybe a little over a half hour left, and I just cannot. Doesn't help that this is Captain America, the one that I am the least familiar with, and I'm just not like utilizing his abilities. I don't even know what most of his abilities do.
So are we done talking about advertising?
I don't know. Are you done not accepting the fact that I don't really care, but I don't like it?
No, I mean, I'm not arguing against your point. I'm more talking on the matter at hand.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's an interesting discussion either way you look at it. Now, okay, Gazzo, would you rather the Sky Sports, like a Sky Sports broadcast package? I mean, I guess so, because it sounds like we're on the same side here. Yeah, I agree that it's an impossible debate, and I agree that, like, it's a weird thing where it's fine until it's not. And I mean, different people have different hills they die on. And so I probably wouldn't have complained at the UFC ad. I think it's I can only assume it was hidden from reviewers, which is why I think it's scummy and where I would start complaining. But for all I know, and I guarantee it wasn't this, it could have also been just not like implemented yet. Like I said, the review copies could have just had an EA logo there, which, I mean, I guess do people just want the EA logo there? It doesn't open up the gameplay anymore. It's just you can have the EA logo or you can have the boys logo. Yeah, I hope that's a thing that everybody can agree on, but I think time has said that people are always going to... Or there is going to be a lot of people that do advantage giving microtransactions. Yep, I agree that some people just like to complain. Where are those people? We just don't complain about this. But it is such a weird cyclical debate. And a weird... Like... It's amazing that... I mean, it's not that amazing. But this is an entirely different conversation outside of sports games.
That's why, like, when we were talking before, and you've elaborated more, but when we first started, your whole thing was just like, I don't know, I'm playing a sports game and sports have ads, and I was just like I get that argument, it's valid, but that's also just like grossly glossing over the actual issue.
And I mean, I guess my argument there would be, is it an actual...
And I was going to say, it's debatable whether it's an actual issue.
Yeah, like, I don't notice ads in my non-sports games, so what's the argument there? See, so Gaz is saying in open world games like GTA or Watch Dogs, would you rather have real ads or made up ones they have, such as like Fizzy Cola or whatever? And I mean, I'd rather real ads. I'd
rather a fake one.
Well, okay.
Because a fake one feels like world building. A real one feels like an ad.
I guess it's not a direct...
Oh, just open the crate.
For GTA, I would rather real ads. For Watch Dogs, I would rather fake ads.
I've never played Watch Dogs, so I can't.
But it's like more futuristic, like Detroit. As stupid as the magazine articles were, like, it'd be cool if it was like Time magazine or something, like a way I can connect, but they can also expand the lore of the world and things like that. So Watch Dogs feels like it's set in the future. You know, GTA is set now, and so I'm fine seeing ads I see now, because that is that immersion. But I also don't understand product licensing and product placement, because as far as I'm aware, you also like... Well, I'm not aware of any of it. Like, I know there's a thing where you...
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, I guess it's because Coca-Cola doesn't want their product placement in your movie to be like, man, Coca-Cola sucks. That's why only the serial killer drinks it.
The only good product placement is in the Josie and the Pussycats movie, which is an excellent movie, and it was full of product placement because that was the joke, and they weren't actually paid for any of it.
But see, isn't that also like how does that work? Because you have to get approval to use. I mean, that's why everybody covers up logos and things. Because you can't just put product placement in your entertainment.
They put it in, but they weren't. I believe they weren't paid for it, and the whole thing is it's a joke because it's so over the top.
Well, and I think it's the same. I'm not familiar with Josie and the Pussycats, other than that they went to space.
There's a scene where when they become big and famous, and advertising is literally everywhere. One of them takes a shower in a McDonald's themed bathroom and uses a plush fry pack thing as a loofah. The movie's awesome, is what I'm getting at. It's one of the best comic book movies ever made.
And I think of it similarly to like Talladega Nights has all that advertising and product placement, and there it feels like more of part of the joke than like the Sony advertising in Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, come on.
The guys are saying it has to be made obvious to show the logo. Transformers, I've never seen so many clean shots of a Coors Light bottle.
Transformers is, like, wild.
Is product placement out the wazoo. And it's funny, so Transformers is a good kind of argument on things where it's like, the Camaro, fine. Even though I understand Bumblebee, like, in the cartoon is not a Camaro, he's just generic. Oh, he's a Volkswagen Bug. But even then, he was, like, generic Bug. But I'm fine with Transformers movies using car advertisement. I am not fine with Transformers movies using Mountain Dew vending machine advertisement. Or a Coors Light. Man, not even real Coors? I don't think I've ever had Coors. Chris and I were having this conversation yesterday about, do you think Corona has bought or has sold more or less during COVID? Like, do you think?
I know that there was like a whole ordeal where they were like, I thought there was something where they were trying to
rebrand the virus.
Yeah, to kind of get the Corona, like, to get it renamed.
Like,
I don't know if that's true or not. I heard.
But I wonder if they sell more because people are like, ha ha ha, Corona, or if they're selling less because people are like, I know this doesn't directly interact
Here's
with.
The thing. Most people don't know this.
Okay,
so.
I take for granted that people know. Over here, the shelves are full, but compared to others. So Gazzo is a big Corona drinker, I guess.
See, I don't do sports. I don't do alcohol, so I'm just kind of.
You are totally left out of this conversation.
Just boring.
I only have Corona when my dad drinks it. I don't care. I don't really care for it. You put a lime in it, Gazzo. Well, over here the shelves are full of it compared to others. Oh, I see. Well, hello from across the pond. That's cool. They're from England.
Oh. Actually, I think I remember that being mentioned when I was playing Final Fantasy.
I don't remember any of it. I probably saw it at some point when I was looking through their channel.
Can I make this?
They don't drink Corona. Like a true alcohol drinker. Now, it is funny, when I went to... now, this isn't me saying that England is only London, but my knowledge of England is London. But when we went to London, we went to the Globe Theatre, and I had to get... so I don't live in Maryland, but I'm close enough. And they had Maryland local beer at the Globe Theatre. So I had to #drink local instead of London beer. I don't know if I had anything Never had Shipyard. I don't know what like the. What are the? Do you drink local, Gazo? It's
Oh,
like
that's a
what's like the
plus.
local? Because I tend to try and drink local. I don't. I was having this argument yesterday. I was picking up beer, and the tag said it was local, and I was like, "This thing is not Virginia." Yeah, I guess I is like. Is there a big microbrew thing or craft brew scene in England, or is that inherently American so far?
Now what am I doing?
I remember when we were in London, I'm just like riding around. I hope this is fun. I mean, people can at least watch the game getting played. I remember in London, my local stuff, which probably isn't even local. Because where's Old Jamaica from? Have you ever had Old Jamaican ginger beer, Andrew?
I believe so. Sounds familiar.
I don't know if that's England. There was also another brand that I forget that I think I liked better than Old Jamaican. I had that and then Cadbury, which, as far as I'm aware, is basically Hershey's. And it's not real stuff anymore. I drank an Iron Maiden. Was it the Trooper? Or the Ace's High Pale Ale? Was it the Ace's High Pale Ale? Honestly? I don't know where, like, I know Bundaberg is Australian.
Yeah, because they got a kangaroo on the bottle.
Foster's is Italian for beer. No, Australian for beer. Italian. Foster's is Australian for beer, and Bundaberg is Australian for ginger beer. Did I say Italian again?
I think you did.
Why am I talking about Italia? It's not Italia, it's Italy. No, it is Italia. What's the local name? I was looking at Gaza talking about how good a song is when you get a beer named after it. Now I'm gonna die.
What do I have left in this? I don't know why all these subtitles are way off. Also, Captain America just said shit, and I don't like that.
Did he really?
Yeah, there's
Captain
been
America shouldn't swear.
Well, to be fair, the game did just have Iron Man show up and say, "Did Captain America just swear?" So
doesn't make it right.
But that doesn't make it right.
It's like it doesn't make it right that Norman Reedus drinks Monster.
But I also I don't know, superheroes are a children's property. They should not be swearing at all.
I agree with.
Like you can make stuff with an adult in mind, I guess, but like superheroes are children's properties. Like they shouldn't be swearing. There shouldn't be uber violence. Superman should not be shooting lasers out of his eyes into the eyes of another villain or snapping their neck.
What if Superman?
I don't stand for that.
What if Superman was gazing longingly into Lois Lane's eyes, and then he accidentally used his heat vision to melt her brain?
Neat. I mean, badass.
You mean fucking badass? Phantomus. What a name.
I don't like how MODOK still has a body. I like it better when MODOK is just that big old ding-dong head, like a Tasmanian devil.
To be fair,
like,
when MODOK is just a big ding-dang old head, he also has a body.
He does, but like...
It's like part of the chair. And that's how we like it.
This, he just looks like a toddler. How about in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, when you can play as MODOK and one of his attacks is to kick his little baby legs?
I love
like
it.
He's a toddler in a high chair.
Also, speaking of advertising, and now that we're kind of on music, as I was saying, surely the music is advertising for the bands and stuff like Tony Hawk, or anything with a soundtrack, really. And I would agree.
I would agree that it is free advertisement, but I wouldn't call it advertisement because it's not in there to advertise. The ads in the for the boys is there as an advertisement.
It's not there for anything else. That's fair.
Like the actual gear that the pros use, or the different types of like branding for like boards in Tony Hawk, or the actual like.
I'm just saying, nobody knew who Goldfinger was before Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
It's just one of those things that's like, it's like...
I don't even think people liked ska before Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Like, the music...
But I see what you're saying, where...
The music in Rock Band is not advertisement. I mean, it's free advertising, but it's not...
It is not just an advertisement. It is
part of
music.
the game. Like,
it is a soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's a fair approach. And I think that's the similar approach to, like you were saying, with gear and, like, the car in, the Camaro in Transformers. Oh, I definitely agree that the Tony Hawk soundtracks were part of why I think people love Tony Hawk.
I've been considering grabbing that 1 and 2, but I'm gonna wait probably till it goes on sale.
I think my brother-in-law got it. Is that my brother-in-law?
I really like the Tony Hawk.
Hey, Kirsten, is your brother-in-law my brother-in-law? Yeah, because since we got married, we're the same person.
That's how it works.
I own
Am I supposed to
her.
be fighting MODOK, or am I just?
No, join him. Join MODOK.
It doesn't seem like I can fight him, but there's just a bunch of mooks everywhere, and I don't know if the mooks are a distraction or the combat I'm supposed to be dealing with right now. But I don't see a health bar or anything for MODOK. I don't think I can deal damage to him. So I think I'm just fighting mooks until the game tells me to stop.
So both Gazzo and Kirsten is chiming in every now and then, and so I'm just kind of like glancing over and reading this. And Gazzo's talking about Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And he was like, the new one's great. And then Kirsten replied, yes. And then Gazza replied, I finished the first one last night, 100% going to work on 2 next. And since I just glanced over, I thought Kirsten had just finished the first one last night. Because she's supposed to be working. But, with Tony Hawk Pro Skater... So as someone who played a ton of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and probably 1 and 3, and dabbled in all that crap. I owned a skateboard.
Underground, or the one that you could get
off
the board. I remember that one being really fun.
You liked buying a skateboarding game where you didn't have to skateboard?
I liked buying a skateboarding game where I could I didn't have to fight with the skateboard controls to get exactly where I needed to go.
I know what you're saying. So, I owned a skateboard once, and I spent a lot of time trying to ollie. Oh, then we should be watching Haikyuu. But Tony Hawk is a game that is... I don't know who does not like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, especially... I think 2 was the big one, but I think 1 and 3 people are fine with. Are there still people here that I need to kill? Yes. Why am I sheathing? But Tony Hawk Pro Skater also came out in a time that I don't think it could ever come out again. Skateboarding was like this weird, huge thing.
I mean, you say that, but it did literally just come out again, and people seem to be excited about it.
But out of nostalgia, I assume. Like,
Sure.
like everything.
Skate, all those other games never did as well. Even though I've heard Skate is great.
I love Skate. I would buy a new Skate. I'm on the like.
Isn't Skate the one that had like the online, like you could play with friends, like just like an open world Skate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to get it, and
I am one of the people that are like, I would buy a Skate in a heartbeat. Because again, I like that simulation. I mean, it's cool to grind a pirate ship. And I liked the analog controls of Skate more than the button controls of Tony Hawk. Like, Tony Hawk was just such a perfect storm of extreme sports were like the big thing at the time. Tony Hawk was huge. Rocket Power. Like, the soundtrack was just like Power Man 5000 was just something that like, I don't think people really listened to outside, you know, like that was their intro to like Power Man 5000 and Goldfinger, and it was just this perfect storm of everything that like middle and high schoolers wanted to be. See, and with EA Skate product placement, I would be fine with real life advertisements because that's like the setting it's in. And I mean, I think the first one had Thrasher.
I can't tell if I'm supposed to be like attacking MODOK because I don't see any way that I can. But I'm just like fighting mooks over and over again. And it's not even like it's a challenging onslaught.
This is exactly what this show is supposed to be about.
What's that?
What we're doing now. Like this mix of just like, oh, we're just like... We would have done this anyways, but now we're just streaming it.
Streaming it?
Yeah, this is exactly what we made So How Bout for.
Unfortunately, my
and for big bucks.
My new schedule is prohibiting doing this. We can only do this right now because you don't have to work.
We're doing it for that, and we're doing it for the big bucks. And so, you know,
and the ladies.
You know, if you're looking for a mattress, buy Casper. And we put the... What is it? I forget the Lagunitas ad we always hear. Putting the pub in public radio. Are we public radio?
Yep.
And yeah, Lagunitas committing to putting the pub in public radio.
We need to start interrupting our show with ads for...
I mean, that was an ad. Your ringtone.
Alright, I gotta figure out if I'm supposed to be
at work.
Fighting. Well, I should. That was my alarm to get ready for work, but technically,
screw that. Just call in sick.
No one's gonna be there. I can probably
call in sick.
I just need to know if I'm supposed to be doing something to be able to attack MODOK or not, because I'm not paying a ton of attention, and I'm just fighting mooks, and it's getting boring, and I just want to know if I'm supposed to find some way to fight MODOK.
That's crazy, Gazzo. I don't know if Tony Hawk influenced my life that much, but I certainly got into ska because of it. Not that I listen to a ton of ska now, but I listen to a decent amount, I think. And I mean, I got into skateboarding that I didn't keep up with. I don't know if I met anybody or like it changed the way I interacted with people. But I bought a skateboard. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I had a skateboard too.
Everyone did. Did you know how to use it?
Not well.
Could you ollie?
I thought I was so cool when I like loosened the truck so that it tilted more and I could turn. And I was like, I'm a real skate boy.
And I said, see you later, boy. I did not do that. I bought...
So I'm supposed to be destroying the thrusters on MODOK's chair. I don't believe the game ever told me this, but they very well may have.
I do like a good Rodney Mullen video, though.
God, this is so hard.
What's this banner?
Since I can't like target these, I just have to.
What is this? Yeah, that's totally fair with, like... And I mean, I don't know how old you are. I was also, like... I think in middle school when Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 came out. And so it's not like that really changed my day-to-day.
I just realized my No, Gazzo, you had sent a whole bunch of messages and I wasn't really paying a ton of attention, and I was trying to catch up with them as I could, and then you said you were in both, and then you were chatting to Seth, so I never saw anything after that. But right before you said I'm in both, so there's nothing on screen, and I just looked. My screen has been frozen in this stream forever. So I'm going to end the stream and start it back up for like the last like 20 minutes that I'm going to be on here.
Yeah, I'm 30. So not that different. Maybe you're cooler.
Actually, I gotta close out the stream entirely. Apparently,
Maybe you did cool underage drinking. I didn't. That was lame. He called me Lame-o Seth.
I can't believe I've been streaming for almost 2 hours to a blank screen. Like, it's been a long.
That's exactly.
Long wherever it was frozen, it was on like one of the mission select screens, which was like one of the first things. I don't know if it ever streamed.
He said it has. He said it has been frozen since he got there an hour ago. I mean, that's exactly what we made So How About 4. You to fuck it up.
Well, now I'm back to you when you were trying to do Fall Guys.
And I just had to call it. Go pick some flowers.
At least they could watch your video was going, because that was the only thing I noticed was I was watching your little video in the bottom.
Gazza said he just enjoyed this. He just loses track of who's talking. Do we really sound that similar? You just need to watch us more, and then you'll get to know the nuances of our voice.
Everything. Yeah, we did a podcast for what, like 4 years or something, and
can you believe we talked about Power Rangers for 4 years?
8 seasons.
Oh my god, total
insanity.
7.5. That was nonsense.
The Alien Rangers, not a full season.
You're just saying that because you're English. And like how when we watch Taboo, I only understand every third word because they all have British accents. And they all sound the same. That's not true. They sound different. But I only understand like every third word because they're really thick. Yeah, I think the U.S. has some decent regional dialects, but they're probably not too noticeable. And I mean, even when I went to college in the same state as I grew up, people made fun of me for my accent.
Really?
Yeah, I
What
had like
accent
a.
did they have?
I mean, I had like a. I think my A's were more. They commented on my A's a lot. Like, I think I used the long A a lot more than they did.
I just know, like, I work with a bunch of people with Southern accents, and I'm like, you guys realize we live in Ohio, right?
We have like a new hire at work that has a southern accent, and since I don't work in the office, I work from home now. But she's in the office, and we do these like video meetings. Every time she talks, I'm just like, oh yeah, you have like a crazy southern accent. Yeah, I think Michigan. Plus, I don't know where Ypsilanti is. If it's at least northern Michigan, then you'll get a lot more of like the northern. I mean, Andrew and I are from the same area, so we'll have similar accents. I should use
There's
his.
a storm going.
I should use the mic again so that I have like that weird deep voice. That way, people can tell us apart. And I mean, we could. I mean, we could do video, but I guess I'm hesitant on that. I think it would help, but I already feel weird, like, wondering if we're, like, not devoting enough real estate to the game footage.
Come on. What are you talking about? I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know.
I'm trying to, like, finish this boss battle before I gotta leave, and I am, like, already in dangerous territory.
Ypsilanti isn't that far. I don't know. I don't think it's really northern, but I'm sure it's different enough from an Ohioan accent. What am I doing here?
Why am I already...
And I should just do this. I don't understand. This says I've liberated 17 out of 24 areas. I mean, maybe we shouldn't do caricatures and we should do just video of us. It wouldn't take up any more space.
Well, like I said, I don't think we look very much alike at all, but the characters that you drew were both just, like, guys with dark hair, glasses, and...
We are.
I don't know.
And would
Just
you
look like standard white dudes, I guess.
We are. Well, thanks, Gazzo. They said if they could find more streams like this, it would be great.
Just chit-chatting?
Just chitting. But no, that means a lot to me, at least. Probably not to Andrew.
I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah, I wear the
but
shirt.
I gotta
Andrew
go
wears
finish
the hoodie. That's why they call him Hoodie Andrew. No, I mean, I don't know. Would you use a video? We would have to talk on. I mean, I guess we could do video on Discord. Would you do that, Andrew?
While playing, maybe. I don't really have a setup for it because I thought about trying it out, but just where I play and everything, I don't like. I'm just kind of on my couch. I'd have to use my laptop. The angle was weird.
They don't call me Shirty Seth. They call me Shitty Seth.
That is true. That one is true.
I wish they'd call me Shirty Seth.
What am I supposed to do with
They always forget the R. Replace it with a T.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to try and figure out a video thing, Andrew, we can replace the caricature, and that way it'll be easier. Since I mean, part of what I wanted to accomplish with So How Bout was, you know, yeah, we're playing games and talking about stuff and whatnot. But I mean, since you're playing Avengers and I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima or whatever we're playing, like. We've said before, it can't be that interesting to watch Ghost of Tsushima gameplay and hear somebody complaining about Avengers. And so, I've always kind of wanted this to be more like, oh, people don't watch this to watch Avengers or Ghost of Tsushima. They watch it because they want to engage with us. And so I think, you know, maybe doing video is the way to go. Did I lose you, Andrew? Or are you just...
Nope, I'm listening. I'm also trying to...
I know, beat this boss battle before you have to go to work.
The problem with this is, like, before we had a good opportunity to have, like, both of us on the stream at the same time. Now, with my new schedule literally ruining everything outside of work, that's gonna be more difficult outside of like Fridays and Saturdays, I guess, unless you're free. Like,
but I mean, even still, we could. Can I tap him? Even still, I mean, we could have it even without us both on here. I mean, it's nothing more than.
that means I'm gonna have to put on pants.
You're not showing the bottom half of you. We're just gonna show our faces. Unless people want us to show them. We could have a webcam.
Let's set up an OnlyFans.
What if instead of a webcam showing our faces, it just showed our... Over. Killed them all. This stupid eagle? Our enemies.
Whenever you're like, I'm just gonna get on for like an hour or whatever, I'm always baffled because I don't know how I can ever like complete anything in only an hour.
I don't know. Usually everything kind of ends then. I just stop playing.
See, I always like play to like a stopping point, and like especially like I'm playing like lately I've been playing like campaign stuff, and like Final Fantasy, it was difficult to just stop because there was always like another 30 cutscenes and crap holding me in place.
Person said your problem would be solved if you quit, moved to Virginia, and got a new job.
A new job that also impeded my life in different ways.
Yeah. Sounds easy.
I think I am so close to the end. And I mean, I've got debatably still a half hour.
So, Gazzo, you would rather, instead of these stupid caricatures that I labored over, and I spent so much time on, you would rather a little video. I'd have to shave. I mean, all I'm saying is this is the only person that is actively interacting with us, likes what we do, has told us that, has said, this is everything I've wanted. I believe I saw them on our Patreon at the highest backer level. I'm just saying we have to do what fans want.
I'm gonna have to start wearing.
They said the caricatures look good. Too bad I can't do something. Maybe there's a way we can have like our
animate when you
our
move on.
images pulse to the audio level or whatever. I'll look into something. Otherwise, just get better ears, Gazzo. Start listening to more American accents so you can differentiate. Meet us halfway.
How do I dodge that?
I'll try and figure something out. That's what the plan is. I mean, that's what we did for 4 years with our Power Ranger podcast. You know,
We did for 4 years.
just did what we wanted to do. And if people liked it, they liked it. I mean, again, that's what this was. I mean, we were doing this, just not putting it online, so we figured might as well put it onto the ether.
Before I did that, I should have looked at what my challenges were. Not that it really matters.
If anywhere you can send a screenshot. We have a Discord and a Facebook and a Twitter. Is that what you're talking about? Otherwise, you can just like put it in the chat and I'll click on it. And I'll send it to Andrew.
Wow. I don't understand how to dodge these attacks.
Unless you're thinking of some... I mean, are you thinking of anything in particular on where to send it or whatever? Oh, like uploading it. You could do like Imager. imgur.com. You might need an account for that. I think we have an email. So how about at gmail.com? That's a thing, right? If you have Twitter on your phone, I think you could like direct message it.
Wait, what are we trying to send?
Gazzo's trying to get us money, I think. Money in the form of a picture. I think he's sending us pictures of money. Yeah, I guess maybe you can't add pictures to a YouTube channel. I don't think so. Can you send it to a Twitch chat? Because then you could send it there and then... Otherwise, yeah, like Twitter or... I think you can send... I think you can send it through Twitch either. And they really don't want people to just send random screenshots willy-nilly. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is baffling. We appreciate you.
What am I missing out on?
I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook. This is what Gaz is watching. This is what he is up to. I mean, out of all the things he could be doing, we appreciate it. I mean, this is the coolest. We had a little bit of this with our podcast, and this is what I like. I mean, this is just to know that you deem this worthy of your time is super cool to me. And I mean, it's nice to have a little interaction and have this back and forth. That's always cool.
Well, shoot, if he's gonna do that, why am I even putting your video in mine? At least now you can see what's going on in mine.
Yeah, I don't know why. So mine had a still screen that one time too. I don't know why it did that for us. Maybe I should just go do this stupid mission. I'm gonna do it. I've uncovered everything. It says I have... what? 7 more places to liberate? I guess they're all close to the castle. But I feel like as soon as I do this, I'm gonna get up to the next island, part of the island. Gaza says we're both doing a great job. Well, thank you.
Fight.
I'm not gonna fight you anymore. So you have to leave at 3?
At the absolute latest, I gotta leave at 3.
So you'll
Shoot.
probably leave at like 3:30. Thanks
I mean,
for joining
at the
Discord.
Absolute latest, I need to leave at like 3:30, but that's like bad. I need to leave at 3.
Thanks for joining
Takes
our
me-
Discord. You're an early adopter, so it's still a work in progress, and neither of us really use Discord, so I just put up our streams there. But that's we're trying. We're trying to do all our bases. But we appreciate the support. Where is
Mission chain complete.
So you're gonna leave at 4? I mean, I'll stop
No,
streaming at that.
I gotta leave as soon as whenever this mission ends, or 3 o'clock, whichever comes sooner.
I will probably get
I
off
also
when
gotta-
you're off.
I-
Because Kirsten and I are... Since she works in the afternoons or mornings and evenings, this is prime real estate. You got TV to watch.
Janky.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know how to keep the Discord active when we're not live. Like, I mean, that's our biggest problem is, like, engaging when we're not directly there. I just, like, don't know. I, like, don't have anything to say. And I mean, I guess you just, like, say whatever. Especially since our show is about us. Gaza said you're super late. It's already 8 p.m.
Well, I guess I can just quit then.
Yeah, do it.
I'm having a meeting tomorrow where I want to talk to my boss and HR, and there's a good chance I'm going to say some mean words.
Send me your resume and I'll gussy it up.
I can doodle in the margins. I think I'm just watching a final cutscene.
聞きたい言葉を言ってやるのさ。噂は広まってるよ、クロードの。
お主が言い始めたデタラメではないか。
クロードの力を信じてみんな村に残ってんだ。
武士の力ではないのだな。
武士とクロードさ。
Yeah, that's my problem is just like...
自由になれば、皆
Since it's there's not really anybody in the Discord or even interact, like once people interact, it's easier to interact, which I know, preaching to the choir.
Yeah, when I
and-
don't have people in the chat, I play kind of silently. And I try not to. I try and like.
I'm
talk,
better at
but-
that than you are. But like text, I can't just like throw something in the Discord and be like, here's a thing. I don't even put my own art on my personal Twitter account to promote my art.
年寄りの弓取りとヤモメの武士、それで足りるの？
菅笠衆にも会いに行った。頭は古い馴染みであったぞ。
じゃあ人手は十分に集まったんだ。
お主はどうする？
さあね。
When did that picture get taken?
任せな。タカに会って話は。
Wait, no, it's ending on this picture of Kamala with the Avengers at the beginning of the game, but she never saw all of them at once because the events of the game took place. She just kind of like bumped into a couple of them. That picture couldn't have.
Yeah, I
happened.
need to make it over to your stream sometime, Gazzo. Every time I'm online, you seem to be online but not streaming and hanging out with us. I need to make my way over there.
鉄の鍵を仕込みました。
壁登りや谷渡りに
Yeah, I've
役立つ
popped
こと
into a couple when I'm at
手前で試しました。
like other people's streams when I'm at work, but like when I'm not streaming, it's usually because I can't
Be on your
stream. So
computer.
when I have the ability to watch someone else's Discord, I'm kind of already running.
満足なので。
痛み入るぞ。
ジン、どこにいる？
竜蔵。
ジン、出てこいよ。誰か武士を見てねえか。ここにいるんだろ。
地方を探し回ったんだぞ。仲間が猛虎に捕まっちまった。
叔父上の救出が難しくなるな。
ジン、手を打たないと仲間がやられちまう。
おじごも囚われのままだぞ。
場所は？
矢立砦の近くだ。
よし、わかった。策を考えてみよう。
You know, it's a Marvel thing when it ends with.
A big blue space laser?
I was gonna say multiple scenes leading to further game development.
ああ、実は砦の中の檻だ。
砦は崖の上。いかにして助けるつもりだ。
戦える奴はまだ残ってる。近くの四つ地で待たせてんだ。
足りると良いがな。行くぞ。
Oh, we hear you guys, though.
手下はなぜ捕まった？
あの地図覚えて
No,
る
I mean, for me, like, interaction like this and, like, audience engagement, that's what's, like, really fun for me.
万平付きだったけどな。
I appreciate it. My wife does every now and then, but we're married, so she's legally obligated to
逃
do
げ延び
that.
たのは俺だけだ。
You're not. You could
生きておる
do
となぜ
whatever.
わかる？
昨べあいつら歌ってたんだよ。
猛虎が歌を許
I
した
can't
と。
skip these
意外だよな。
credits. I got things to do.
上手だったのだろう。
No, they're advertisements for the people who made the game.
好きでやってるわけじゃねえ。
I don't want advertisements in my
負け
game.
たからだよ。
ああ、長尾家の刀比べ。それがどうかしたのか？
覚えてるか。武家の連中が刀比べを見に来てたんだ。それなのにお前は本気で撃ってきて腕が折れかけたぞ。
加減すれば誰もが気づいただろう。
だからって本気で撃つか。
負けるわけにはいかなかった。
俺ごときにってことか。
そうは言っておらん。
生まれのいいお前と違って俺はあの刀比べで腕前を見せてどこかの武家の老頭になろうと狙ってたんだ。
俺のところに来れば話を通してやったものを。
お前に頭を下げろって。嫌だね。俺は一人でどうにかしたかった。
なぜ早く言わなかった？
なんでだろうな。お前小松でクロードと呼ばれてたぞ。酒井様より出世したな。
どうした？お前より流し知れて不満か？
Ooh, Cap, you're looking wrinkled.
Are you still looking at his butt?
That's I unlocked butt mode.
Yeah, Cap's wrinkly butt skin. What a collectible.
ヒロと心臓は
逃げたよ。もう戻らんだろうな。
あいつら逃げただと。俺の苦労
Oh, glad we have the positive
捕ま
version.
った手下を救うならこの数で十分。
戦や病や上で死んだ奴はいても逃げる奴など。
弱いのだ。お
I
前
think we're getting better, but we have a big self-deprecating approach to
他に逃げ
things.
たい者は。
And I've been trying to get out of it and trying to get
You
Andrew
say
out of
we,
it.
but I know it's.
I used to have a lot more, and then I made a conscious decision not to do that, and now I try and keep you from doing it as much.
暗くなる。出発はできそうか。
手立ては道中で話そう。
This is gonna be cool. I'm gonna like ride into this battle with all the
よしてめえろ。
Ronin.
行くぞ。
It's gonna be sweet. I told you I rewatched Seven Samurai, right?
What's that?
I told you I rewatched Seven Samurai, right?
I think so.
矢立て取りで仲間は
It's not.
捕まってる。
どうやって救い出す？
It has some fun stuff in it,
策を出すのはお前の
but it
役だろ。
doesn't utilize its time well. Like nothing.
砦に入る
Like
道
anything
は
does.
一つだが守りが固い。忍び込まねばな
And
らない。
the first half is way better than the second.
崖を登り壁を越えよう。
何？お前は猿か？
But I wanted like I hadn't seen it since high
役
school.
立つ兵具がある。手下は任せろ。
Well, now that this is stopped and it is approaching upon 3 o'clock, I'm going to get off of here. I assume you're still going to go for a little bit because it sounds like you're in the middle of about.
I just started a mission. I'll probably end after this one.
Right.
崖に続く道
Well,
を探せ。のろしが上がるまで
Gazo,
隠れて
thanks
おれ。
for engaging.
死ぬなよ。
Sorry that my stream was a frozen screen, or well, it was frozen on mine. You said it was blank.
No, it might have been
on
frozen
your
on.
end.
Oh,
But yeah, I might be. I'll try and probably jump on around the same time tomorrow. Whether or not Seth will be available is on him.
I'll probably at least be able to pop in the chat.
All right, thanks. See you guys.
Later. Heyo. I don't watch football, so. Wait. Why are they riding this way? Do I have to climb this? I would recommend this. I think this has been a really good game. I think a lot of the mechanics at play have been really good. The combat is a ton of fun once it starts to click. The world is big, but it doesn't feel empty. Like with Red Dead, I did a lot of. I don't understand this. Okay, don't judge it off of this part. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Oh, I need to use the grappling hook. Oh. Right? My grappling hook. I think so. Won't let me go further. This is a base PS4. And then I have a PS4 Pro, but it's downstairs, so I don't connect it to my computer, so I have to be up here. I started off with the PS4 Pro, and honestly, I don't notice that big of a difference. But like I was saying with Red Dead, I did a lot of exploring, and that's what I like about in all of this stuff. And but here I don't feel like I've hit the point where I'm like, all right, now I'm done. I might at some point, but I haven't yet. This doesn't make any sense. Something. I should have listened. I was too busy engaging with the chat. And I heard they're coming out with like free DLC for it too, which is like little challenge missions on go here? Little challenge missions with like a more mystical approach, which could be fun, where you fight like yokai and demons and stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh! Wrong button. Yeah, I didn't get far. I mean, I loved exploring the world of Red Dead, and I'm a big Western guy. So it really hit home. Andrew had a ton of problems with the, methodical approach to it, and how you had to, like, get off your horse and do, you know, pick flowers, and everything took, like, 8 button presses. I really liked that about it. But yeah, I kind of hit a point where once I had explored the map, and I just didn't really go too far into it. I think I got to like chapter 2 or 3 or something.
だが鍵の輪を使えばいけるはず。
Oh, do I have to do a leap of faith thing here? Yep.
うまくいった。
Yeah, that might have been where I mean, it was early on. I did not do many story missions. Getting all turned around.
これは使い出があるな。
And like Andrew has a really big problem with needing to feel like he needs to finish things. And so, oh my god. I thought I didn't do that. But I am totally fine with being like, I'm done. I really like The Witcher 3 as well. But that's another one that I just kind of like hit a point where I went to do something else and I never went back to it. And so, like, whatever. I had fun with it. This the collectibles somewhere, and I walking past it. Oh my god. There we go. Look like there's anything I need to do down there. Stop feeling the rumble of the collectible. Yeah, we trying to think what. I mean, I've been trying to find more like stuff we could stream together, and we have some of that stuff, but I'm not really sure like what they are or what our co-op ones are, I guess. Trying to think. I mean, we've played games co-op, but I guess I don't think we have in a while. I'll try and find something. I mean, I guess I could pick up Avengers. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Well, I mean, there's some co-op stuff out you can play. I'm thinking of, like I was saying earlier with, sports games and advertising and stuff. I was thinking of getting NHL this year, which he wouldn't. Oh, there we are. But I only have so much of a budget. Oh yeah, this is where I was. Oh, right in front of me.
タカ、 恩に着るぞ。
But if you have something you'd like to see, us play, let us know. And I mean, we wouldn't play something we didn't like, but at the same time, if you want to see something, then
菅笠衆はどこ
it's a
だ。
good idea to kind of
本当に歌っておる。
put something in front of us, and if we think it'd be something good, then it's certainly something that we'd be more likely to play. I know we might be able to do some, maybe nothing like AAA or anything, but we did some Risk of Rain, which was fun, co-op. Well, I'll talk to Andrew. I'll send him a message and let him know. Let him know I'm looking for some co-op stuff. No, it's not just you either. It's, I haven't strictly told him, but I've tried to think of ways so that we're not just doing separate things at least all the time. Oh wait, I thought there was a bear in there. There was a bear in there! Probably put on something else if I'm doing a big combat thing. I'm with the Ronin, Straw Hat Ronin. Let's do the a good red sword for this. That might be. I guess I can do. Now let's do this Falcon one. What the heck happened there? Alright, let's do this the correct way. Yeah, and more praise for this. The load times are crazy good for an open world like this. Oh my gosh. No, that makes a lot of sense. And I've thought of that approach. I just, I don't know. Haven't really thought about it outside of doing it. Yeah, I mean that's a smart way to go about it. Andrew does more like buying as things come out. I'm more, I don't know, like, I mean, I'll buy games when they come out. And this, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was something where it was new, or it was recent. And there was an idea of like, oh, I could stream it. That's great. I'm not gonna have anything to show for this one. That's all right. I'd be doing this anyways. Yeah, that's smart about the oversaturation of new games. Dude, you missed all three of those. Pick up some supplies here. Already loaded up, I guess. Yeah, that's my approach for now. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in the Mega Drive stuff. That'd be a lot of fun to watch. Where am I? Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel the same, and it's a weird thing where it's like unless it becomes a job. But I mean, like you said with, your approach 6 years ago. You didn't really like that when when you had more subscribers, and so it's like, I mean, I'd rather do this than my day to day, but at the same time, I'm also doing what I like to do right now. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that go out with like, oh, I'm gonna be the next big thing, and I think that can be a little dangerous. It'd be cool, not gonna lie, but just having some interaction and creating something that people like is good enough for me.
竜蔵いつでも来い門を開けねば この者自由を勝ち取れ
Yeah, for me, it's all about like engagement. I'd rather just like hang out with you than have 400 people that don't say or engage or interact.
仲間と賭けをしてたんです負けちまった酒は持ってきたよな
一体どういうことだ、さっぱり意味がわからねえ。
どうした？
猛虎はうまい飯をくれたってよ。それだけじゃねえ。拷問もなしだ。そりゃ歌も許すはずだぜ。
無事であったことを喜べ。
だがどうしてあいつらに飯を食わせる？
見返りを求めたのやもしれん。
助かったよ。あいつらは俺のすべてだ。
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like streams that, I mean, and I guess they engage and stuff, but to the chat as a whole, as far as I'm aware, and then you get people that just want to watch games getting played, and what we want to kind of build is a repertoire with, with people who like what we're doing. We're doing our thing. We're trying to engage as much as we can. And that's what I need to do. I need to set... Andrew understands Twitch, which is why he goes on Twitch. But I need to do that and start looking at Twitch a little bit more. At least understanding it a little better. Not that I understand YouTube, but There's no way I got everything. I mean, like, look around. I always wondered, like, when I'm in on Andrew's chats, if... Like, I haven't been able to figure it out, because I'll look in, and there's, like, 3 people watching, but then there's, like, 5 people in the chat. I'm always wondering if it recognizes me as the streamer. And I guess, going by what you're saying, it does. It looked like there was some bots, and I don't know, like, how it treats maybe people who don't have a Twitch account. Okay, yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking about it too, where all like the ones with like obviously Twitter name or Twitch names are bots or people not logged in. I guess what benefit does it give to be bots? You don't think they're all just people who aren't logged in? Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, I need to post more to my like personal like Instagram and Twitter accounts and stuff, but I don't. I get like these big times where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this, and I do it for a while, and then I stop. But no, I appreciate. Yeah, if you're interested in like framing or something, you know, let me know, and we can talk. It was, I mean, I don't do stuff like this, so it was fun to put together some framing. My wife's a teacher, and they're doing distance learning with COVID and everything, and so I was like, oh, you like Streamlabs can record and all that stuff, and you can, you know, display a PowerPoint and then still have your face so that students who like to be able to see the teacher or whatever helps. And so I did this, and I made a frame for her, and that, I mean, it's fun to do. So we can work something out, and just let me know. Yeah, and I know you're more on Twitch, or at least we always see you on Twitch. I do on Sundays. I live stream drawing, so you know, feel free to join those or just watch them later. I'm actually, I have some time in between jobs soon, So I was gonna do a 24-hour comic on the 17th to 18th. Just stream for 24 hours. So yeah, if you want to see me work, catch those and come out for those. And Andrew is working Thursday, but I think he has Fridays and Saturdays off, so he'd at least join in for that and chat with me. And I'm hoping I can get more people to join in for that, so that I can have an interaction like this. Wait, the 17th, 18th is... Yeah, I do. Well, so I do an hour, about-ish an hour every Sunday at 1. Andrew just kind of streams when he's available. I run kind of the YouTube side of things, and I try and do more scheduling. So you'll see me on here, and these are all going to be Eastern time. So I don't know the conversion there, but Saturday and Sundays are going to be 1 p.m. And then during the week, I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. And then yeah, so I'll for the most part always do drawing on Sunday. And then Monday and Wednesday are board game stuff. Saturday I try and do stuff with Andrew since he's around. And then Tuesday I've been doing like solo board game things, but that's kind of my whatever free stuff. I might start playing video games or something there. I'm running out of solo games. I'm super, super interested in doing, and I've been doing solo games for a couple weeks now. But yeah, if you want to see me draw, then check in on those Sundays. And like I was starting to say, I'm planning on doing a 24-hour comic on the 17th and 18th. I'm going to stream all 24 hours of it. I should have the streams all scheduled on YouTube here, so you can like click the reminder stuff for that. And I'm hoping to get a lot of people out for that, just because I'm going to hit a point where I'm going to need people like you to help me, to give me this audience engagement so I can have something to move forward through. So yeah, that'd be great. And you can watch that on your own time, since 24 hours. So yeah, thanks for all the support, Gazzo. Thanks for the engagement, interaction. It's a blast. This is what we wanted out of this, or at least this is what I wanted out of this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. I've been at this for almost 3 hours. I don't really do that. What time is it? 3:30. I might spend some time with my wife before dinner, and she starts work up. So I'm gonna head out of here. Like I was just saying, more stuff planned this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8. If you like board games and stuff like that, you can watch me play some of those. Yeah, I gotta catch your Master Drive stuff. That'd be a lot of fun. But thanks for checking us out, and yeah, hope you have a good day tomorrow. Good rest of your week, and yeah, you stay safe too. All right. Well, for anybody who liked this and caught it later or anything like that, please, we got links down below. Like, smash, subscribe, all that stuff. Any little bit of support is really cool to see, and means a ton to us. All our social media stuff's down there, and yeah, hope to see everybody around. Have a good one. Bye.